So my issue that I was planning on focusing on was food waste, specifically at MSU, because moving to college, I realized that it's a huge problem that all of us will think we want more food and then we get some and then we just throw it away. And it's a huge waste, especially in East Lansing, because the high levels of poverty and the people around us, like the neighborhoods and communities around us, need the food that we're just wasting. So I decided that I wanted to dive deeper into this issue. I immediately started researching after I decided on my issue, and I found a few clubs in MSU that deal with these issues, and I was planning on going to some of the meetings and learning about what they do and how I can help and maybe joining them. One of these that I found was specifically for MSU staff rather than students, so I couldn't join, but I thought I could at first. So it's called Waste Warriors, and I emailed the lady who runs it, and I tried to sign up on the website and say I want to be a waste warrior at MSU, and then she asked if I was a student, and I said yeah, and then I wasn't allowed to do it anymore. But I thought it was a really cool organization that they put together to help fight against this issue. One club that I did find for students was called the Student Outreach Recycling Team, or SORT for short, and I was really interested in this because it was all the students getting together recycling and making sure that we're reusing and recycling our products and not wasting things or throwing things away that we could be using to help us and help our environment and our communities. So I was really interested in this, and I didn't get a chance to talk to them or go to any of the meetings or anything since school got canceled, but this is a really cool organization, and I was really excited about finding out. One organization that I found that was not a part of MSU, but in the greater Lansing area, is called Scraps to Soil, and they work to reduce food waste in Lansing food service industry by working with businesses and turning their food scraps into soil and growing plants, and therefore making more food out of the food waste. This is a super cool idea because any business can be a part of it. You just sign up on the website and they come and collect your scraps for you. You don't even have to do anything. And it's really a really great thing to turn our food into more food. Since I didn't get to do any of the civic actions I was planning on doing or get involved at all with this issue, I decided to start thinking about it once I got home and seeing ways I could eliminate the food waste in my own house. And this virus actually happening has helped my family realize that on their own before I even came home, because we go to the grocery store and we only buy the things that we know that we're going to eat instead of just buying a bunch of stuff, and we plan it. So we buy food and put it in the freezer for a long time, and then we pull them out as we need them, and we've been eliminating our food waste by a lot. If my mom, usually she used to cook huge meals just by accident. We'd have so many leftovers and we'd just throw them away, we wouldn't eat them, but now she makes specific portions to make sure that we don't waste, because this is a time of crisis and we can't afford to keep throwing away all this food, and it's helping us and our environment. A few examples of this in my own house is based off how we cook our meals. So if my mom has fresh cilantro, we'll have tacos the first night, and then the next night we'll have burrito bowls, instead of just throwing away the extra cilantro like we used to do and cook something different. Another example would be the other day I made brownies and I couldn't eat the whole pan by myself, so I froze the rest of them so I could unfreeze them and eat them later instead of just throwing them away and wasting. Another really good example would be my mom she was making yum yum sauce, and she needed tomato paste, and tomato paste is super cheap, 99 cents per one little thing, so usually she would just use what she needed and throw it away. But since we are trying to eliminate her food waste, she used what she needed and then put the rest in a plastic bag and put it back into the cupboard. One drastic change that we have made is to base our dinners off of our fresh produce, because we don't have access to fresh produce any day anymore. We used to go to Kroger every single day, but now we try to go every 1 or 2 weeks. So just like the cilantro example, if we have broccoli, we'll try to put broccoli as our side, even if it doesn't match the dinner that we originally had planned. But we're trying to eat all of our fresh produce so that it doesn't go bad and it doesn't go to waste. I was really happy to see a difference made in my own house when I came home and started telling them about the food waste issues and how the virus has changed our lives based on how we eat dinner and how we eat food. because even like now, we don't need any frozen food or make any food for lunches. We just eat our leftovers. So absolutely no food in this household is going to waste anymore, and I think that's a really good thing, and I think that's a small change that everybody can do in their lives to help this issue become less of a problem. For my future, I'm planning on switching out of RCAH and switching into business, doing supply chain management and doing logistics. So connecting this to my future would be a little different. I think that learning about how to change anything really would help me in logistics, like learning how to go about asking people and educating people and joining clubs and saying, okay, I want to eliminate this food waste, how do I do it? And figuring that out really can help me into doing logistics of any side of business. So I think in my future, I will take all the knowledge and everything that I've learned from this experience, even though if I didn't get to experience it, will help me into trying to figure out other things and other issues. And this experience in eliminating in my own house will help me in the future to keep doing this as I get older and have my own household, and make sure that I'm trying my hardest to eliminate this issue everywhere I go and educating everybody. With all that said, I'm very sad that I didn't get to experience going out and trying to change this firsthand on my own, because it does suck that now I had all these plans and I had all my ideas and I was so ready to go try and learn more, and now I can't. So that was pretty disappointing, but I'm glad that I at least thought about it, and now it's something that I'll always think about and try to keep working towards. Taking this class in general, I think, has really helped me open my own eyes to trying to make the world a better place, because I always said I wanted to do that, but I never knew how to take the steps to do that. But now I think I have a better idea of how to think of something that I want to do and want to change, and start taking those steps to actually get toward that goal, instead of just saying, oh, in the back of my head, oh, I want to make it a better place. Now I actually can. One of my favorite things about this class was all of the presenters that came in every Tuesday, because it really showed me how you can take these problems into your own hands and into the real world and do something about it. And it was really inspiring to me, and I'm really glad that I took this class and that we had this project, even if it did get switched around a little.